seed grows with no noise, but a tree falls with huge noise. Destruction is loud, growth is silent. Grow in silence. Let's go. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the channel dedicated to self-development and growth. In today's video, I'll be doing situations to stay silent in, and I have around 7 or 8. I did do a similar video to this one in 2021, so of course I'll be providing the link for that video in my description box below. Let's go. The first one is your dreams and aspirations. Now, oftentimes we share our dreams and aspirations with individuals to get an insight as to whether they believe that it will work, it will not work, or what might need to be changed, or what needs to be changed rather, right? And what's sometimes happening is that some persons project their fears onto your dreams and aspirations. So you end up questioning yourself, is one, is this dream achievable? Is this goal achievable? Why am I supposed to achieve this when I'm from a certain area? So there are things that come into play to say, alright, you know, he or she is older, and you're not here, but he or she is older, so maybe they know more than me. So in some cases they don't, because they've never gone down that path that you're going down to achieve your goals or aspirations, or they have gone down that path and it has 5 steps and they went to the first step and they failed, so they decided not to go again. So you have to be mindful and very cautious of the persons that you share things with, because sometimes your ideas can work, but because you've shared them and seek validation in so many places that you're now confused as to whether why you wanted to achieve this goal in the first place, or whether it is even attainable to you. Now there's this quote that says, don't take criticism from people that you wouldn't take advice from. And we're leaning to the, I want to say that somewhat of the negative side here for this video, because if a person has not gone down or achieved a certain goal or dream, why are you going to let them tell you that you cannot, or it is going to be hard? What I think we need to understand is, what is difficult for me might not be difficult for you. What is difficult for you might not be difficult for me. And then there's some persons that because they've reached a level, you're from the same area that they're from, or they know you, you're not supposed to elevate to that level. I think a lot of us need to understand that not everybody that we are around wishes us well. And please don't misinterpret this video. I might do the flip side of this video, but in today's video we're talking about the situation to stay silent in. So that is number 1. Number 2 is your blessings. No, keep your blessings as private as your struggles. A number of us as human beings cannot share our struggles, and as bad as it may seem, it's sometimes as important to keep our blessings to ourselves. Here's why. A lot of you have you ever heard the quote, they don't see your struggle but they see the glory, or something like that, something of the sort? Now, a lot of persons, when you share blessings, the energy gets off. This is even our own friends and families and persons that we thought were going to be the ones that are happy for us. Now, because a number of persons did not see our struggle, they believe that we shouldn't be at the level that we're at because we did not share our struggles. No, not everybody's open to say, alright, this is what happened to me and this is the road and these are the things that I have to go through to get where I am. But because some persons believe that things worked out easier for you than for them, it sometimes creates envy, and we're going to be honest, that has happened. It sometimes creates envy. So that is something to be very mindful of. There are also some persons, you and them are at the same level. You got an opportunity, they got the same opportunity. You made use of your opportunity, you made sacrifices to get where you want to be. They did not make any sacrifices. But as soon as you share your blessings with them, there comes jealousy. They aren't mindful of the fact that you both got the same opportunity, but you use it differently. And instead of instant validation or gratification, you waited while they were in the moment and feeling like they have reached when they weren't. And you waited and you went through the struggles and you went through the storms. They're not looking at it from that perspective. They're looking at it from the perspective to say, me and I come from the same place, so you know, fear rise left me. You know, that's the essence of this video. So please, as I said, don't take this video out of context. Yes. So be as private with your blessings as your struggles. Sometimes when you share things before they're concretized, or before they're final, they have reached the end, to say, alright, this is stamped and sealed and there's no going back, the energy that you get and the things that may happen and the few persons that may stand in the way and the change of mindset that you might have due to conversations with these persons can actually interrupt you achieving this blessing. So sometimes it's better to keep things to yourself. And my third point that is in connection to number 2 is to keep your moves private. The same situation applies. Not everybody expects you to be operating at the level that you're currently operating at. Not everyone is as excited as you are to be elevating, so please be careful. Number 4, who you are dating. Now it is important to share like your locations, where you're going, the person's name, maybe a picture of the person that you are dating for security purposes. It's dating. You're not with the person, you're not sleeping with the person, guys. So you don't want to publicize your dating life too early just in case you don't end up with the person, because no matter how you try to explain, there will always be one and two persons that will associate you with this person. And in the Jamaican society where nobody knows anything about dating, when you go with somebody, you're there with them, I think it's a good idea to keep it private. Number 5, your relationship. If you are in a relationship and you're having problems with your partner, if it is not abuse, don't support abuse. If it's not abuse, then I think there are some problems that you should keep private. Oftentimes females, I know that means do it, but a number of females like to do it where they sit with their friends and they talk about issues that they're having in their relationship. When those issues get fixed, they are happy and they have moved past whatever has happened, but their friends now look at their partner in the way that the issue reflected on them. And it's not only females, it's also males. So while you have moved past it, your friend may have not moved past it and continue to see this person in one way. And oftentimes we do not share, and I say we, and when I say relationship, I'm not only talking about male and female, friendships as well. We do not normally share the good times. We more often share the bad times than we got the good times. You always hear the good outweighs the bad, but in society I think it's the bad outweighs the good, because you can do 100 good and nobody remembers it, but that one bad that you did a long time ago, everybody remembers it. So that's something to take note of. And I have the numbers a bit mixed up, but I think we are at number 5. So number 5, your past. Because you can outgrow a version of yourself does not mean others can. Now sometimes we're having round table talks and or intimate conversations, and we see the need to bring up past versions of ourselves. But I think we should be very mindful that not everyone will be our friends forever, and sharing certain aspects of our past can kind of tint the version of us that persons know now, because not everyone believes that persons can change. I might outgrow persons or places or things that I used to like, and that person is unable to do it because they don't believe in change, they have a fixed mindset. No, that is something very important to be mindful of. So you might be having a conversation about something that you did in the past before you met this person, and you've known this person for 5 years, and within these 5 years you are a changed person. But when you stated these things that you have done before to them, they start to looking at you from that perspective. So they're no longer looking at you from the person that they've known for 5 years. Their perception or of you has been tinted by what you said that you've done before. So the little things that are similar to the things that you used to do, that you stated, alright, you've known them for 5 years and you've done these things, and when you're talking to them, you did these things in your past, so they're trying to make connections. So it's no longer about seeing where you have changed, but what is still similar that you used to do from your past, so to see if you're still a bad person. As I said, not everybody believes in change. There are some things and persons and likes and dislikes that I've outgrown, so there has been a shift. There has been a level of evolution for me personally. So I can say that I do believe that persons can change, but I don't believe that they can change for others. They can change if they find something meaningful in life, or if they feel the need to change. You cannot force persons to change. So be mindful that when you share your past, you're opening yourself to being judged in a sense, even though that's not what you might want to do. So you're somewhat opening yourself to be judged. And these persons may not understand why you've made the choices that you made in the past, and how these choices have led to you being a changed person now. So that is something very, very important to be mindful of. You have outgrown that version of you, that person may not. So there are some things that you need to keep it to yourself. And it is so sad, because all of us do have a past, and because it's bad to me, it may not be bad to you. But instead of being supportive and instead of being supportive of others, trying to change your life, we sometimes, and I'm saying we, as human beings collectively, we sometimes push or project certain things on people that they cannot change because they have done this or done that. But those who don't sin cast the first stone. Number 6 or 7. your fears and weaknesses. No, as I said before, normally persons are in either state of comfort or in intimate conversations, and this is where you share your strengths and your fears and insecurities. Not everybody that is your friend today will be your friend tomorrow. Not everybody is as concealed and trustworthy as you are. I have persons that have told me things and we're no longer friends, and there's some things, anything that you said to me, it died with the friendship. If you even want to call me name 100 times and tell lie, anything that you've said to me has died with the friendship. Not everybody is like that. Once you're no longer friends, all of your business is out. Even in a gossip, persons love to add to stories, persons love to add to person's personal life, and because that person was around you, then persons are going to believe that what they're saying is true. Persons can be very manipulative, especially when they know your fears and weaknesses. Your fears and your weaknesses be known by others, give others the opportunity. Give others the opportunity to, is it infiltrate your life? So let's say they will know which buttons to push to get you to do what they want, or which buttons to push to get you to feel less than. You know, your fears and your weaknesses are something that you should somewhat keep to yourself unless you're working through them or working, or I don't think we should get over anything. So I'm not going to say get over anything. I think we should learn to work through things, because when we get over things, it has a way of coming back to get over again. So it's a continuous cycle. Well, a cycle is continuous, but you get what I'm saying. So your fears and your weaknesses are things that you should hold tightly, and you don't need to speak about everything. Oftentimes when you're sharing and persons are in certain situations, you say, alright, we want to, let's say, a lot of persons don't know that's trauma bonding, because a lot of friendships that we're in are because we share the same strengths. Fears, why am I saying strengths? Fears, like I have the words written down here, so it's fears and weaknesses. So a lot of the situations that we're in or connections that we have are because we share the same fears and weaknesses to persons. And once one individual starts to evolve, you realize that there is nothing to talk about in those relationships again. Relationship means friendship, and not only there with it, and not only sticks. Because some of you are so. Number 8. When you are going to be biased or your judgment is clouded. Alright. We're going to use something that a number of persons can relate to. Having a favorite artist, right? When another artist does something in society that is not your favorite artist, then you cast judgment. But when it is your favorite artist, then your mouth is closed. Are you going to say, no, that person wouldn't do that, and that person is not like that, and you don't even know the person? So when you feel that you have a specific liking to the thing and you're not thinking outside of the box, you're thinking inside of the box, because you want to defend either that person's name, that person's title. We're not only talking about artists, the artist was just using an example. I think it is best not to say anything until our mind is clear. Until sometimes, and this is a thing, we make judgment based on our experiences, right? So I've only experienced something to level A, so sometimes you can only reason something to the level that you have achieved or gone through, and that is something to be mindful of. So there are some things that you cannot fight because your judgment is clouded, and it's clouded based on your experience and your expectations. So if you're not thinking clearly, please shut your mouth and don't say anything until you are able to look at it from a bird's eye view. You're no longer looking at it through a little tunnel. Yeah. Number 9. When your words are going to be hurtful. And I think this is way easier said than done, because sometimes we are so heated, and I really don't know how a number of us are going to do it. I'm learning how to do it, because I never used to do it, then I started doing it. Now I'm trying not to do it. When you are heated and you want to get so much off your chest, like you just want to tell the person how you feel, like you just want to say your shit, because why would you do that, right? And I really don't. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a behavioral specialist. I don't know how to tell you to get over this one. You can do some research, but when you are heated and in the moment, we tend to say things out of anger. Some persons are just talking their mind and they wanted to say that long before they were upset. We're not talking about those persons, we're speaking about the persons that want you to know how they feel, but they don't know how to say it when they're calm. We're speaking about those persons. So yeah. So the noise has started, and this is where I'm going to be ending the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Comment below the distinct situations that you think you need to stay silent in, or generally persons need to stay silent in. When you comment, it helps to boost the algorithm so other persons can see this video. Please remember to check out the video that I linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.